had my hands on the Canon T6s now for a few weeks, and I'd like to share my thoughts on this camera and the T6i with you. First, we're going to run through the new features and then talk about what differentiates these two models. First up, new 24 megapixel sensor in here, modest improvements in resolution, low light performance, a step forward, nothing groundbreaking, and dynamic range remains about the same. We do have a seriously improved autofocusing system now with 19 cross-type focus points. Cross-types means that higher accuracy focus points, and with 19 we've got good coverage across the frame. I've always found one of the strengths of the Canon Rebel series and Canons in general to be autofocus, and these Rebels continue that trend. We also have an upgraded autofocusing system in live view. It is now the version 3 of this hybrid AF system. Not quite the dual pixel of the 70D, but I see noticeable improvements over the T5i and T4i in live view focusing. We also finally have Wi-Fi in these cameras, and there's an NFC tag on the bottom of the camera that allows you to touch to initiate connection to your phone, and then through Wi-Fi you can transfer your image files. You have full manual exposure and touch to focus control. You can also transfer video files and image files, but you can't control the camera while in video mode. Now let's talk about the features that set the T6s apart from the T6i. Let's get the big one out of the way. On the T6s we have a rear dial that allows for easier manual control. This is a first in the Rebel series. We also have a top LCD screen, much like the more professional Canon models, that allows you at a glance to see and change your exposure settings. Again, making this a more manual-friendly camera. These features combined provide a camera that gives an enthusiast photographer just a little bit more room to grow. The T6s also offers AF servo in live view. This allows you to track and keep in focus a moving subject when shooting in live view. It does slow down your shooting, and you know that usefulness is somewhat limited because if you really want to track a moving subject, you should be using AI servo in the viewfinder for a much faster, more capable focusing system. Now let's talk about the additional features that the T6s offers over the T6i. HDR video. This promises to provide you with a greater dynamic range while shooting video. In my tests, I found that it offers, well, honestly about the same dynamic range you see when just shooting normal video, and it can only be used in auto mode, making its use limited for anyone truly serious about video. We also have miniature movie mode, which provides this tilt-shift-like effect and increased playback speed. It's a neat effect, but I believe its usefulness is limited too. To me, Canon's decision to include these two features in the T6s and not the T6i really feel arbitrary. They were like, what can we do to separate this camera from the T6i and make it worth the extra money? Well, we do have some more useful features that separate the two, and those are horizontal level and an anti-flicker mode. The anti-flicker mode was first seen in the 7D Mark II, and when enabled, it's going to provide a more consistent and better exposures when shooting under fluorescent lights. Two areas in which I feel Canon has really missed the mark with these cameras. Despite the fact that Canon continues to offer class-leading autofocus for video, we're still limited to 30 frames a second at 1080. And you can only get 60 frames a second if you step down to 720. This limits the possibility of capturing sharp, fast action in video and makes it difficult to create slow motion videos. Additionally, despite going to a slightly larger body, we still have battery life that has not kept up pace with its peers and offers just about 400 shots per charge. If you're wondering whether you should upgrade from the T4i or the T5i to the T6i, the short answer is no. I see no real compelling reason to upgrade. Sure, you get slight improvements in image quality and live view autofocusing is better, but if your goal is to be a better photographer, a lens will take you further and be a better investment. On the other hand, the Canon T6s could be a worthwhile upgrade for you if you seek the feel of a more professional camera with easier access to manual control in a Rebel body. T3i owners and owners of earlier Rebel models, the Canon T6s represents a worthwhile upgrade. You have the touchscreen LCD and a host of other features that we've been mentioning in this video. What if you own a Canon 60D? Should you upgrade to the Canon T6s? Well, on one hand, upgrading will give you access to that touchscreen and smooth live view focusing system. You still have the top LCD in the rear dial, but you are making a lot of sacrifices in battery life, the bigger, brighter viewfinder of the 60D. It also offers a faster maximum shutter speed, faster flash sync speed, and generally, I think for many of you, it's going to feel like a downgrade, and the 70D is really the camera that you should consider upgrading to. If you're considering one of these cameras as your first DSLR and you're serious about photography, the Canon T6s is the clear choice with that rear dial and top LCD that provide a more manual control friendly camera and give you just a little bit more room to grow. If you just want better image quality, the T6i provides that, but I really think that you'd be better off considering something like the Sony a6000 mirrorless camera that offers the same image quality, a huge feature set, and a smaller package that also will save you a lot of money. I have a full review of that linked at the end of this video. If you're considering the Canon T6s or the 70D offers some compelling advantages, including that bigger, brighter pentaprism viewfinder, weather sealing, a faster frames per second with 7 versus 5, 1/8,000th of a second top shutter speed versus 1/4,000th on the Canon T6s, double the battery life, and the ability to shoot small, medium, or full-size raw images. If you're looking to shoot faster action stills or achieve a very cinematic-like focusing quality during video, the Canon 70D really is probably a better camera for you. However, if you want a friendly introduction to the world of DSLRs in a smaller, lighter package while still providing that manual-friendly control, the T6s is the answer. If you're considering the Nikon D5500 or the T6s, the D5500 really offers some advantages. Better battery life, better low light image quality, full HD, that's 1080 at 60 frames a second versus the 30 that we have at 1080 in the T6s, and an innovative touchscreen, and this is all packed into a much smaller and lighter body. Now, the advantage of the T6s is it's more ergonomic with easier access to that manual control, and you get that smooth and silent autofocusing system, especially during video, and a much improved Wi-Fi system over Nikon's limited options. To wrap this discussion up, we can say that Canon has provided some modest upgrades to the Canon Rebel series with the T6s and T6i. We have an excellent autofocusing system with 19 cross-type focusing points, the class-leading live view autofocusing system, and that's all wrapped up in this ergonomically manual control-friendly body when we're talking about the T6s. Unfortunately, these cameras still have subpar video features limited to just 30 frames a second at 1080, and they've also got really poor battery life. If you're looking to upgrade from an earlier Canon model, the T6s provides a good feature set and will allow you to continue to use those Canon lenses you own. But if you're thinking about buying your first DSLR and are serious about photography, again, this is a decent choice because, again, it offers that manual control at this price point in a really friendly package. However, if you're just looking to upgrade for better image quality, you might want to consider something like the Sony a6000. It's going to offer just as good image quality, if not better, in a much smaller and cheaper package. If you appreciated this review, take a moment and hit that thumbs up button. That's an easy way to thank me for my time. If you're not already a subscriber and you'd like to be notified when future videos are released, including lots more information coming about the T6s, including detailed side-by-side videos against the T5i and the 70D, hit that subscribe button so you'll be notified. If you'd like to have a detailed conversation with me about what gear is best for you and how you can grow your photography skills, come on over to photorec.tv/support and look at the ways that you can get the answers you want. Thanks so much for watching. Goodbye.